what does this mean for San Antonio now being knocking off the NBA champ? So now we're in a space where, because I'm already on record, I said to all of you dudes, I don't think we're going to see a repeat champion this decade. I just don't think so. I think that if there was any team that could win the championship in back-to-back seasons, I thought it was going to be Denver, wrong. I thought it was going to be Boston, wrong. I thought it was going to be Milwaukee, wrong. I never thought that the Warriors could do it back-to-back. I thought that they were over. I thought that was if I'm being honest, I thought that was the Rolling Stones like last album, and that was their swan song. But when it comes to Oklahoma City,
banger too.
It was a fucking banger too, by the way. Let's be clear about that. Yes, it was. With that, but with that being said, with this Oklahoma City team, they had 12 guys, right? They had 12 guys, and then Coach Dagnall was able to dig deep into his bench. So with the collection and the unit that they had, why am I ridiculous to think that this group, with what they have with the league MVP in back-to-back years, I got an all-pro and an all-league defender, 2 of them, by the way. Why am I ridiculous to think that this team wasn't going to be around for a while? And then the San Antonio Spurs team, who, by the way, Swiper, did not make the playoffs last year. This is a team that did not make the playoffs, and they didn't make any significant changes to their roster. I mean, they traded for Foxy last year. In addition to trading for Foxy last year, they bring back Wemby, they bring back Castle. They draft Dylan Harper.
Harper's significant, but chill. Like him coming off the bench is a big deal.
But
Luke Cornett's a big deal too, chill. I know y'all were low on him in this series, but Luke Cornett was a big deal all season.
I think that they stole him. I do. I think they stole him. Yeah, I think they stole him.
Don't forget too, chill. Wemby was dealing with some things last year too, especially towards the end of the season. And then they didn't get Foxy till halfway through the season last year too.
Right.
So this is a completely different team.
Is it though? Is it a completely different from a roster construction standpoint, right? So Harrison Barnes was on the crew last year. Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, they've been on the crew the longest. Wemby was on the crew. He was in and out of the lineup because I think he was hurt. But then you get Foxy in the middle of the season. What I'm saying is it wasn't like the roster got flipped. Like you added Cornette and you added a rookie in Dylan Harper, who we don't know what rookies look like. We already know who Luke Cornett is as a rotation big. We know what he's going to bring, right? We know that he's going to bring dirty work. We know that he's going to bring rebounding, putbacks, block shots, and things like that. And yes, I think that that's going to help them. But when you're talking about winning the NBA championship, getting to the NBA finals, am I going off of a guy who played 1 year college, who was in high school, a guard, by the way, who was in high school 2 years ago, who's getting on our crew? Am I anticipating that he's going to be that good? Am I anticipating that Cornett's going to be that good?
It's not about anticipation, though, chill. Like, regardless of what we thought he was going to be, he is what he is, though. So it's like, no, we didn't know. We may not have known how good he was going to be. We may not have known this team was going to the finals, but we definitely knew that this team was revamped and recharged. Victor Wembanyama missed a lot last season. Foxy came over hurt. You know what I'm saying? He was so, and then Luke. Once again, I think we might be underselling the importance of Luke Cornett throughout the season.
Well, not in the regular season. He was incredible. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Just because of this small sample size against the Spurs, which I also want to point out too. Sometimes you have role player guys who aren't doing much on the scoreboard or whatever, and they're still doing their job. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not arguing that Luke Cornett had a great or good series. I'm just saying he came in and did whatever he was expected to do.
He was in for 46 seconds that last stint, and he made 3 good plays. Like, not including the block, just three good, no mistake plays that ended up helping them.
Right, but it's the same Luke Cornett that at one point he was almost unplayable in the series.
Yeah, he was. Every time SGA saw him, he was.
Clear about that.
Yeah,
he was almost unplayable in this series.
But that's just one series, though, chill. So if we exclude this sample size, you add Luke Cornett. That's a big changer right there, just for being a backup center. Your backup center is a huge role. Then your backup point guard is Dylan Harper. Who is amazing, regardless if he's a rookie or not. He's amazing. You know what I mean? So you just those two alone, Victor Wembanyama being much more healthy this year, a full season of a healthy De'Aaron Fox, that's flipped as far as I'm concerned.
Yo, this PC Ron here.
This is Chilltown Hoops.
Yo, this is Drench Man, not the French man.
Mars here.
This is Swiper.
Yo, this is Big Ox.
I want to start by showing love to everybody that rocks with PC.
We appreciate y'all, whether you catch every episode,
catch the clips, jump in the chat, or just support from a distance.
We see all of it.
We put a lot into this, a lot of time, a lot of energy.
And a lot of love. And we do it because we really care about giving y'all dope content and building the best sports community out there.
But if we being real, the way we can keep growing this thing and make more content, have better productions, more live events, more PC weekends, more meetups, all of that stuff.
It's through memberships.
The support really helps us keep this thing moving.
So if PC has ever been a part of your day,
Helped you get through work,
Made you laugh.
Made you mad?
Or just gave you somewhere to tap in with people who really love the game.
go check out the memberships tiers and see which one works best for you.
We're here every day doing this.
And with y'all behind us,
We can keep taking this to another level.
tap into the membership.
And let's keep building this thing, baby. PC to the top with you. Let's do it.
This just sounds like this sounds like what we're saying is what these guys became. And what I'm saying is these significant changes in the beginning weren't that. Luke Cornett was a rotation big who they basically the Celtics let him walk out the front door because they couldn't afford to pay.
They paid $11 million.
Yeah, they were to your point, Swipe, but they were cutting salary and they couldn't afford to pay him, so they ended up having to they had to move off of him. With that being said, the Spurs come in and they swoop him up, and I thought that he'd be a really good backup to Wemby. To have these guys in the NBA, I think the point that I'm trying to hammer home is they're in the NBA championship. This is a team that didn't make the playoffs.
The youngest team ever. Yeah,
that's the point that I'm trying to hammer home. This is the group that Dylan Harper is a rookie, and Dylan Harper played fantastic coming off the bench. De'Aaron Fox came in from being hurt last season to being really good for this group. Stephon Castle is I think he's in year two. Is that what we're looking at? Right.
Yeah,
so
one, 2, 3 for
right.
Wemby, Harper, Castle.
He's in year two. Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, when they're on this Spurs team, I think that they made the playoffs once. I think they were with DeMar DeRozan.
No.
They weren't with him.
No. Vassell was after that.
So he was after. So that means that
was
Devin
2019.
Vassell. So that means that Devin Vassell, up until this point, he ain't never been in the playoffs before, ever. He's never seen the playoffs. Keldon Johnson, he's never seen the playoffs before. So with that being said, this group to go to the NBA championship, I think it says a lot about what Mitch Johnson is doing. I think it says a lot about how much this group has grown without them getting Giannis, without them making a huge move like what we're used to seeing, something like that. I think that that's a testament to this group.
I mean,
that's because, I also think that because they're young, and particularly their best players are young, this is even more so kind of catching you off guard a little bit. But the Luke Cornett, I do want to talk about the Luke Cornett thing very quickly. One thing that was ruining San Antonio last year from a wins perspective was the fact that their backup center was just so bad. And who was it? Zach Collins, I believe, was the backup center last year.
Not last year.
That was Zach Collins until he went to Chicago.
Yeah, he was in the
and they ended up having, they had Bismack to close the year.
Yeah, Bismack.
Still horrible backup centers. And this is a problem that, a team like Denver has been running into for some time, right? Can't get a quality backup big. Some people fooled themselves into actually thinking Jonas Valanciunas was good. We have a few up here.
He had a great season.
No, he didn't, but beyond the point. Not Zach Collins. Luke Cornett was able to come on the team and provide real backup center minutes. And, the way that San Antonio played Wemby anyway, because, the minute restrictions and stuff like that, he had to miss some time as well. So Luke Cornett was huge. I do agree with Ux there as far as the regular season. And then, the progression of Dylan Harper, the progression of Stephon Castle, the sacrifice of a De'Aaron Fox, right? And then we have to talk about it, just how good Victor Wembanyama is. Yes, he's 22 years old. He just played a series in which he was playing on the court with the back-to-back MVP, and he was the better player this series. And I do know that a lot of us, we're stuck on, hey, he's just 22, so he's going to be getting better, which is true. But he already outplayed the back-to-back MVP right now in year 3, age 22. I've been talking about this a lot on the show, and I know it seems basic, but it is true. Your team needs your best player to play well if you want to win. Period. Point blank.
Imagine
Mars,
that,
I know everybody
Imagine
thinks like, but it's funny because we were having that conversation about Orlando, and people were, oh my goodness, but Franz needs to do this, or oh my goodness, this center rotation that, and oh, Jalen Suggs needs to, and it's like, no, Paulo needs to not be ass so regularly. that would be great for Orlando. And come to find out with San Antonio, Wemby was able to be more times than not the best basketball player on the court. And when that happens, your chances of winning a series shift dramatically, especially if you can get some contributions from your role players.
Real talk, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are holding the best player on the team to that standard? You're telling the best player not to suck. That's essentially what you're saying. Who do you think you are? But I don't want to be the weasel of the group, and I know that you guys hate doing this, but I was watching that game, and I don't know why, but I thought about James. And the reason why I thought about James is because how difficult it is to take a team and throw a team on your back and get them there. That shit is hard as hell to do. Almost impossible to do that. Even when the other group is focused solely on you, the other group is saying you are not going to do it. Somebody else has to do it, and you make sure that it's going to be me. I am going to make sure that we get there. I'm not. That's why when I think about what James did, I realize how difficult it is to get a team to the NBA.
LeBron James.
Yes.
You would bring LeBron into anything.
Say it again.
I said you would bring LeBron into anything, chill.
I didn't want to do this. I really didn't. But I was thinking about SGA in this Game 7 and how empty he was, and how gassed he was, and how difficult it was.
Chill. SGA did everything he was supposed to.
Everything.
We talked about it on Saturday. Saturday morning, we talked about it. SGA did his thing. SGA went out the way he was supposed to. He went out shooting. Nobody came to the fight with him. You know what I'm saying? He was out there. He was out there.
Kaysen made 4 threes in the fourth quarter, brother.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's cool. That's
in game
that's
7,
that's fine.
Really
that's, you know what I'm saying? That's fine.
Look,
that's how it works. That's how it works. The biggest game. It doesn't matter how you got there.
I'm not gonna hold on.
That's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works.
Well, first, I'm not trying to say that SGA had a great series. I didn't say any of that. What I'm saying is that SGA in Game 7 did what he was supposed to do, and he went out shooting. Just that's the only thing I could ask him for is that you come out here and you don't finish this series watching. You know what I'm saying? You go out shooting, and that's fine. SGA doesn't slip to me because of one series. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. And on top of that, I'm gonna give SGA and the OKC Thunder the same grace I gave Denver last year. Okay, he doesn't without J-Dub. They weren't gonna win this series. That was my thought process once J-Dub went out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there's no asterisks in basketball. You play who's on your roster, and you play against whoever is there. But you know what I'm saying? No J-Dub, things get tricky.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the hoes go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out here did raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.